Alright, so good morning everyone. Welcome back to ChippysCouch. Today you join me for the start of a brand new adventure. And today we are checking out the mod of Redemption. Now, this is a pretty infamous mod here on the channel. We first checked it out about 3 years ago. And I remember having the greatest time with this mod. Although it's kind of small compared to the bigger mods like Calamity. It has so much to offer. It's smaller, but it's dense. It's rich. It's tender. Like a chicken tender. So, if you've never heard of the mod before, what does it add? Well, according to the Steam page, it has over 1,000 new items. It has nearly 200 new enemies. It has 11 bosses, 11 mini-bosses. And I want you to stay calm for this last one, alright? Do not lose your mind. It has, and I directly sourced this, it's a direct quote, 439 tiles. Calm down, alright? I can hear you from here. Look, come on. I said be relaxed, alright? That's a lot of tiles, though. I don't even know what a tile is. So, is it a block? Why not say block? Is it a combination of back wall and front wall? Listen. There's more to this mod than its tiles. I think this mod is really cool. Now, since we last checked it out, I haven't really seen much about it. I know that it's had quite a lot of updates, but I've not been following along. So, in a way, we're about to go in blind because it's been 3 years since I played it. I'll be real, I just remember feeling good. I don't remember the direct thing, you know? Like, see something new already. Okay, it's vines, it's thorns. So I'm going to head in this direction, because this is probably going to lead me to something good, right? Essentially, though, the way this mod is structured is there is a big abandoned laboratory. It's hidden underground, and once you're able to unlock it, this mod gets wild. This abandoned laboratory has like a whole narrative. It has bosses. It has structure. It's so good. It's so good. So they do describe this mod as very lore heavy. I do not remember the lore, if I'm being real, so I'm wondering if that's a newer thing or not, but I'm quite excited to go on a narrative adventure. Having lost like 40% of my hairline to Infernum, I'm quite excited to have something chill. This is going to be chill, unless it's like really hard now, which would be a pretty weird turn of events. I don't remember struggling, but it would be funny if they were like, oh, you know what? We gotta make it worse. We gotta make it super painful. Okay. Well, I tell you what, I've gone pretty light on mods for this adventure. I'm just using the mod, and I've got recipe browser, and I also have like a boss checklist. And then I think other than that, it's pretty vanilla Terraria. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna take this one a little bit slower. We're gonna catch up. We're gonna talk about life, right? You didn't think he was signing up for that when he clicked on this Terraria video. I probably had a cool thumbnail. You're like, James, what's happening? I thought you were fighting a holy ghost or something. No, we're gonna meander about, but strap in because that's me. And that's the couch. So I do actually believe that there is a structure on the surface that we need to go and find. I think I saw that at some point. I cannot remember if it was 3 years ago or 3 months ago. But yeah, so I'll probably work my way up. We have recall potions. It's glorious. We've already got like a good little starter bag of stuff, really. Vanilla Terraria, I know this is like lightly modded, but Vanilla Terraria is so good. I've got such a kick for it right now. I'm just so in the mood to play. What is this? Plant matter. Okay. It is a material. You use it at an extractor. You can make herb bags out of it. That's pretty cool. I wonder what happens when you bop it in an extractor. Do you get herbs from it directly? What happens here? What do we do? Do we slay? Or do we leave it? Oh, it's running away. Drop an egg. Drop an egg. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. If that chicken bopped into this portal, I would have actually cried. Okay. So there is a structure here. What do we do to interact with it? Oh, there's a parchment. Forbidden ritual. May draw unwanted attention. Requires the user to have at least 140 max life. Not consumable. So is this like a first boss? Is that what this is? That's so... Oh, he didn't last long. He didn't last long. That's all right. That's all right. We might be a protector of chickens in this one. So this is a ranged weapon, and it's also a material for the Trojan's chicken replica. I almost said squirrel. Okay. Fried chicken eggs. Great. Awesome. You could have just said fried eggs. Why did you add chicken? Or the egg crown, which summons a regal rooster. That's where this mod starts to peak, in my opinion. Now, I know this enemy isn't part of the mod, but can we all agree that the angry dandelion is like one of the rarest sights in Terraria? Like, 1.4 has been out for coming up on 4 years now, which boggles my brain and reminds me of my mortality. But I feel like I never see them. And they're such little tanks. Whoa, what are you? Are you an enemy? You clearly must be an enemy. But why now? Why so soon? You look like an NPC. Oh, okay, great. Awesome. Cheers. Thank you, Mod of Redemption, for delivering this to me. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, thanks. I tell you what, I do have a boomerang, to be fair. What? Why are you killing the surrounding enemies? What are you doing? It's all right. We'll take care of it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait, are you an imp? Stop baiting me in. Is that what it's doing? Is that its job? Is it like the lost nymph? Is it meant to look like an NPC? I'm beginning to think so. Look, it's gone down here to heal. No, you're not allowed to heal. You must suffer like I did. No. Hey, there we go. Let's go. So we got a metal detector and we got a herb bag. Okay, I feel like that was maybe worth it. The metal detector, good shout, good shout. I also love, it's been a full day. I haven't really done anything. So I'm hoping this cave is good. I think it will be. It's got the potential, right? But how exciting though. You find a little portal, you have to have some health. I'm assuming we're about to have a bad encounter at that portal. So I will get, what is that? Bitter Thorn, the Tree Bark Dryad. Are you an NPC? Clearly not, right? Because you have a health meter. What is this mod? It's changed so much. So I was meant to start the day by heading to the gym. Obviously, new year, new me. He says in February. I'm quite proud of being able to say that in February. You listen to me say that in January, you go, okay, fair enough. If I'm still saying this in March, oh, it's going to be bliss, right? I was meant to go to the gym, but I have hurt my back. I don't think I'm going to be out for long. Just a day. How did you hurt your back, James? You might be wondering. Like, how did you do that? Slouch gang? Is that what's happening here? You're bringing it back? No. My neighbours yesterday popped round and was like, hey, all right, we've bought a new fence, okay? We have an adjoining fence. You know what happened? Their kid kicked a football through the fence, which is fine. I literally do not care. Because at the end of the day, I was a kid once. I played with football. But anyway, they're great neighbors because they bought some, you know, a new fence panel, right? Anyway, you slot one in, you slot one out. You know, that's how it works, right, with my fence. I was like, don't worry, I can do this. It'll be fine. I've wrecked myself trying to pull a fence panel out of a concrete slab. It's brutal. I really shouldn't have done it. I didn't warm up, you know, I didn't get limber. I am kidding, of course, but I was just like, nah, I'll be fine, right? I can lift this. I could, but it's had repercussions. Hey, take a little look at this. This is, in terms of Terraria, an absolute gold mine. I love blue mushroom biomes. I will say it every single time I get to see one. They are the absolute best. They're so good at giving you health. Clearly not good at helping you survive, but that's okay. That's all right. I did see something interesting, though. We found a minecart track, and just below it, a small glimmer of light. I'm wondering if that is... It's either an extension of this, or it's a new structure. The funny thing is, when I moved into this house about 2 and a bit years ago, I vividly remember my dad popping round, going into the garden and being like, you are gonna love this fence. And I'm like, yeah? He's like, yeah, you know, anything goes wrong with it, You slide one panel out, you slide a new one in. You know, you get any rot, just any issues at all. It's like, you're going to thank yourself, James. And it's one of those things where, like, somebody says it to you and you're like, okay, cool. But you also realize you don't resonate on a life experience scale, you know? I could not relate to what he was saying. And then my sister's husband came round and he was like, you are going to love this fence. And it became a thing on the day. I remember it so well. And they were right because, you know, mine had a big gaping hole in it because of football, which once again, really didn't bother me, right? It was very kind of them to buy a new fence panel. I was going to glue it back together. That's how resourceful I am. But yeah, I am actually grateful. My back isn't, but I am. So this is what I saw glowing. I think this is a new structure. Should we check it out? I think we should. So here's the thing. This is what I'm thinking, right? We know that you need a certain amount of life to activate the portal, right? I assume that is like an entry-level mini-boss. So I think before we activate it, let's get a little bit more health and also let's get a weapon. This also looks like a problem. Like, I don't think I can beat the Skeleton Noble with over 300 health. I think we come back to this. Tell you what I might do. I might just grab some ore and make a bow and kick it old school, all right? So with this life crystal, theoretically, we now have enough life. Oh, no, we already did. Never mind. Okay. But we have enough life to activate the portal. So I think once we get a weapon, I'll go with a bow. Do we do a platform? Is that a bit try-hard? It sounds a bit try-hard because the mod isn't like, oh, James, you need a platform. Get it ready, pal. No, we'll go do it. I think it's almost the mod's way of saying, oh, you know, just make sure you've seen a little bit of the world before you do this. Or it could be wrong. It could just be like, yeah, it's a trap. It sounds like a trap. Why would you tell me about the health thing? If not a trap. Okay, there's another chest over here. Let's just gather as much as we can. But let's not overdo it. It's a fine balance, which we shall perfect, I am sure. Gilded Sea Emblem. Equipable. Water elemental weapons have a chance to soak enemies. Soaked enemies are more sluggish and prone to ice damage. 15% increased water elemental damage and resistance, and a 10% decrease to fire elemental damage and resistance. This seems really cool, and also hints at a larger thing. So much has changed in this mod, I can tell. Now, I want to know, does this kind of refer to, like, vanilla weapons? Like, I don't know, like the water bolt, for example, or the aquaceptor. Is it more in line with that? Or does the mod, like, focus on more, like, elemental stuff now? Because I remember the last time we played as a druid. Now, I don't know if that was removed or expanded upon. I'll also try and do something a little bit different with this series, at least. But, yeah, that's really cool. I guess we just keep an eye out for anything new moving forward. All right, then. Before it gets too dark, let's go check out this portal. And I will say, this is probably where the mod really begins. You know, this is the true start to our adventure. And I'm really excited. It's very fancy. I will say that. Like, what a step up in quality. I can't fully remember it before, but I don't remember it being like this. Oh, Daryl. Ow, my head hurts. Hey, Zephos. Do you know where we are? Zephos? Oh, hi there. Didn't notice you. You haven't seen my friend around here, have you? I have not. I haven't. Guess he didn't jump in. Oh well, I'll head back and go get him. Well, you could stick around for a bit. We've got a whole adventure. I'm going to need a place for me to stay if I come back. So, see you soon, I suppose. Oh my gosh. Into the portal he goes. So we got our first objective, which is make a house. Holding this in your hand will point you to an ancient structure. What is this? And what is this? It's just stepped out of Plants vs. Zombies. Calm down. Okay. So, what about this then? The Forbidden Ritual. Oh, yeah. So, it quite literally tells you. May draw unwanted attention. Bam. Paleback Imp has awoken. Oh. So it's quite literally, it is quite literally a mini boss. What is that? Great heavens. Doth thy brain be stuck in the well to summon a demon so close to my land? 'Tis heresy. Repent, repent for thy sins. What is this? Lest I smacketh thine buttock with the hand of judgment. Well, come on now. Come on now. Look, I wanted a break mod of redemption. What are you doing? So I'm assuming I've maybe, just maybe, come into this a little bit early. I'll give it my best go. I mean, all I've got is a double jump and a bow. I do quite like how telegraphed the attacks are. I will say that. You know, I beat Eternity mode. I beat part of Infernum mode. You know, there's no bother. What? Okay. What is this? Whoa. Okay, so let me just explain real quick for anybody that is new. This is insane compared to the mod of redemption of old. Well, I'm gonna die, and I probably deserve it for starting this. Incredible, incredible. The angelic high priest has killed every player. Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. What a wacky way to start this mod. Let me just tell you, what a wacky way. Right, let me quickly construct a house, a new base of operations, and we'll call it a day for this first one. But what an introduction to this mod. I think we're in for something special. I mean, it was special the first time around, but I don't know, like, it's been cooking since I've played. Ah, so Daryl has returned. Hello again. Sorry for my intrusion, but I've lost my friend through that portal. Mind if I stay here to get some supplies? I'm sure I'll find him eventually. Feel free, pal. Thank you. I'm just here for some resources, not any kind of your own possessions. Just a few things to help me find my friend. I'm Daryl, by the way. Nice to meet you. Okay, Daryl, welcome him. What do you sell? You sell leather, flint and steel. Interesting. So this does 1 damage, releases a tiny spark that lights enemies on fire. Doesn't work on obsidian. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. The bearded hatchet, which is a axe and also a melee weapon, increases chance to decapitate skeletons, guaranteeing skull drops. Okay. I'll buy this, sure. There's a cat trip staff, which is a mage weapon. I'll get that as well. A durable... Listen, Slimes, you're ruining the moment, all right? We're trying to see this fellow traveler and see his wares. Leave me be. Okay. Durable bowstring, 20% increased velocity on arrow-based weaponry. I don't have enough for that. There's also the chalice fragments, which we have, and the legendary being. Hell yeah. Well, we need to buy this. If I remember, I'll get the bow accessory. So let's see this hatchet in action then. How's it look? It's a regular axe, not bad. I'm just heading to the desert to grab some sand, and then once I've got that, we're called to wrap things up. This is the... Whoa, that's good. That's really good. All right, so our starter home is complete. We have a couple of rooms. I quite like the vibe. It's a little bit messy. It's a little bit unorganized. I dig it. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. And if you haven't already, subscribe. All right, because then you're gonna see what I'm posting. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. It could be the big chicken fight. You don't know. Get subscribed. All right. See you in the next one. Peace.